What's up, everybody? This is Who is Scoo, and I've got another rugby reaction. This time we're going to be watching the Giants versus Adelaide. Now, I think this is rugby or it's some form of football. I was looking up women's rugby, and this was the only thing that kind of came up that was recent. I don't know if this is actually rugby or some form of is it Gaelic football? I don't know. I think it's rugby. It's NAB AFL women's competition. I don't know what it is. I thought it was rugby because that's what I typed in, but who knows? Let's just see what this is all about. Let's see what these ladies are up to and check out this game. I don't know like I said, it doesn't look like rugby if you just kind of look at it, so I really don't know what I'm getting myself into, so
and then gave off a pretty easy kick and mark from Adelaide, and they've just set up really easily with the loose.
Okay, so I guess we started the game with a kick, another kick, and then they go down. That's not a ruck. What is this? So she's running up to kick it, and she got a kick at goal. So, all right, so let's. I don't know what this is. I thought I typed in rugby. I don't know what this is. So I guess they're consistently kicking the ball. And
over straight away with the kick in. Short pass in the direction of Woodland. Couldn't do something with it. Another lock-up tackle and a free kick.
What is happening here?
A crack at it. At the moment and get opportunities at goal like this.
Normally pretty
okay.
12-1 for the season.
So I guess that's a point. That's one 1 point per kick. So they kicked it again, and so they're going for it. Are they trying to pick it up? They're trying to pick it up and pass it over. Oh man, it's a lot of fumbling going on. A lot of fumbling. All right, so what was this?
Big numbers around it. Flicked out the back. Was that a handball? Umpire.
Handball? So maybe, geez, look at this. This is just right as she gets hit and it gets knocked out of her hand. So they're trying to pick up the ball. She picks it up. This girl goes to tackle her, I guess. Yeah, and then it comes out her hand. Maybe she's not allowed to swat the ball out of her hand.
Was that a handball? Umpire didn't think it was, so Ponta will have a shot at goal for the Crows. Going down by a point to the Dogs.
Okay, so Adelaide is the Crows.
They were 3 goals down before they blinked last week, the Adelaide Crows. They've started a little better.
Could you imagine living in one of these? Look at these solar panels. Could you imagine living in one of these houses and one of these girls kicks the ball just a little too hard and it comes crashing through your window?
In this one, they lead, but they could have had a couple of goals on the board, not 3 behind.
All right, so they just keep. What is happening? All right, so she kicked it. I guess you can only pass the ball by kicking it. Is this Gaelic football? Is that what this is? Because isn't there a form of football where you can only take 3 steps and then you have to kick it?
Great teammates and great people that you want inside your 4 walls.
Not sure what is. So she kicked that. That's a pass. All right, she can run with it. She did a little boop, not hit it with her hand, and now she's kicking it. She caught it. Ooh. She got her hands up I didn't do that. I was the only one here, but I didn't do it. Jeez, she really fell. They're tough though. Whoa, was that a scuffle? What was that? Look at them.
Nice skip, steadying step before the kick. That is textbook the finish as well. First
okay.
Half forward. Crows with that extra behind the ball. Considine again. Back to the wall.
Okay, so you can pick it up, get tackled, kind of push him off. I don't know. Oh, she's going. Okay, she's going. All right, so I don't know if it's the same 3-step rule that's in Gaelic football, but I'm assuming you can only take a certain number of steps before you have to either like bump the ball or kick it. How many steps did she take? She took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, she was just running. So I guess you don't have to have a limited number of steps. You could just do it whenever. Look at this field. What kind of field is this? Look how huge it is. It's like a gigantic oval-shaped field. I've never seen anything like that. How many players are on each side? Hold up. Can we get like a view of like everyone on the field at once? All right, so I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's probably some other people like on the other side. So I'm gonna guess about 8 or 9 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe it's just 9. That's a huge field for only 9 players. Wait. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, I think. All right. Maybe 11, 12. Maybe 12. Okay.
Although it does come off, luckily, I nearly messed that up. Hatchard makes it work.
So that's a goal. So what she just did was a goal. So I guess the whole point is you want to get in position so you can kick it between the posts. There's no like crossbar here. So all that matters is that it goes through the post somehow. I'm assuming because there's 3 posts, like 3 gaps, the middle might be one like more points than the sides. This makes me think of Quidditch with like all the different posts. But yeah, I'm guessing you want to try to kick it through the middle. There's no goalie. I thought that was the goalie for a second, but there's no goalie, so there's no one to stop it from happening. Because I imagine most of the time you're going to try to kick it over, so there's not much point in having a goalie, like, because someone's... And other than this scenario, no one's going to do a grubber kick. Right? Is that a goal? I'm assuming that's like the sign for a goal, like doing that. All right. So Adelaide is tearing the Giants apart. So she kicks that. So does that like just like a foul kick or something, like just to determine like who can take possession of the ball?
Pick out, well, she goes for the top of the square.
So she caught it.
And that's a great pluck again.
And then she's going to go for another kick.
Normally a straight shooter struts in.
I mean, how close can she strut up to here, to where this girl is? Like, you can't go any closer.
Never in doubt from Ashley Woodland. Free kick, turns. Chips
Okay.
full of run now, the Crows.
So they're running along. That's a nice kick in there. She got it.
Shut down.
I don't know why they stopped play. Okay, so I'm guessing if you kick the ball into this circle, you cannot run with it. You have to kick it or do something with it.
Third term, inside 50. Great grab taken by Ponter. Shut down by Considine. Jones.
She kicks that. She caught it. All right, so they're running with it. Now, she caught it. So, okay, so if you catch it in this territory, you cannot run with it. I'm assuming you have to claim it, and then maybe whatever team claims it gets the chance to kick it through the goalpost, or if the other team gets it, they can kick it back.
Full of run now, the Crows. I can smell some score now in this third term. Inside 50, great grab taken by Ponter. Shut down.
All right.
By Considine. Jones. And quickly the Crows on the rebound. Munyip.
Because she kicks it in. and then that's it. I don't really know what.
Roller inside 50. Little paddle on by Potter.
Okay.
Kept it alive.
So they are running with it. Wait, well, no, it's bouncing around. The other team picks it up. The Giants pick it up.
Stack right with her. Stack won the battle. But put her teammate Lister under too much pressure. Meat in the sandwich tackle. And the Crows will have another shot at goal.
Meat in the sandwich tackle. That's interesting terminology.
13.
So they get like another kick. Jesus, look at this. Okay, the thing is blocking it, but look at this score.
Teammate Lister under too
Adelaide
much
has
pressure.
29. The Giants have 3. I don't know what this sport is, but a gap like that, especially if it's single points.
Best ever in an AFLW season, and she's on track to break the record.
AFLW. That's what this is.
Gets the handball off. Newman. Pretty good spot with the kick.
Okay.
The third grab for Gould. Little tap down by Mackerel was superb to bar on the
We're gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna try to dissect how this game works.
No one home for the long launch inside 50.
All right. So this, okay. So she kicked it into what her team's like scoring zone would be, I guess. She picks it up, and I'm guessing she's gonna kick it back out
Allen gets back. And now the
or
Crows
pass it over to this girl.
back, waiting to bring it out.
So you can run with it. I don't think it's the 3-step rule because she takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps.
Jones.
So that's just clearing it out of the territory. She's gonna pick it up and run with it. What is with this ball? What is with this ball? Like no one can keep their hands on this ball. Is it like super slippery? Is it just the shape of it? Because I swear, when I looked at the thumbnail, I saw the ball and I was like, that's a weird looking rugby ball. Like maybe it's just a different color, but it sure bobbles around like a rugby ball does.
Munyon.
All right, she's going.
On, got the Jets on. 50 from goal. Top of the square. Phillips is down there.
All right, so
Composure kept their feet. Gave it
okay, so all you got to do is kick it through the goalpost. It doesn't matter how high, as long as it goes through the goalpost. The goalpost.
Jets on. 50 from goal. Top of the square. Phillips is down there. Kept the composure, kept their feet. Gave it up. Marinoff. Awesome.
Okay.
Couldn't get away with the possession.
So, oh wow, we got a scramble here. Is this a maul? Are we looking at a maul right now? Jeez.
They need a
Whoa.
toe poke off the deck. Post.
Oh, it hit the goalpost?
Play on the field back there. They need a toe poke off
Oh.
the post.
It hit the goalpost. That was it. I mean, they're not, bro. 44-4. 44-4. They're not catching up, but I mean, that would have been something. What is this ball? It looks like, look at that stitch job. It's like got huge grooves and indentures in it.
Both teams came into this coming off a loss last week. But the Adelaide Crows
And I guess that's
back.
the end of the game.
Premiership favourites strutting their stuff.
Okay. We got to figure out what this game is. Okay, so from what I understand, to score a point, and I don't really think it matters which post you put it through, as long as you put it through one. Maybe it matters. Let me see if a point where she kicked it through
Phillips is down
the
there.
middle post.
Kept the composure, kept their feet.
All right, that's the middle post. Is the score going to change? No, of course they just jump right ahead before I can see what the score is. So I guess it doesn't matter which post you kick it through, as long as you kick it through one of them. So that's how you score. In here, I'm assuming once the ball is in this territory, you cannot run with it. You have to kick it or do your like the bump thing they do. And that might be why the ball is shaped that way. And it might actually feel certain way, like it might be particularly light, which is why, so they can bump it, because if it's like as heavy as like, I don't know, a rugby ball or basketball, it's going to kind of hurt your hand after a while to keep doing that. So I think that's a rule. If you're on the anywhere like between that, you can run with it, like these girls taking off here. So any space between the goalposts, you can run You can kick with it.
Got the knock on. Got the
Okay, so a knock on. I heard that. So you can have a knock on.
Jones. Straight down the spine.
Oh. Oh.
Got the knock on.
Okay, so a knock on is not an automatic penalty. Because in rugby, knock on, they stop play, and that's a penalty. In this sport, I don't know what it's called, but in this sport, I'm gonna look up what it's called. But in this sport, knock on is not a big deal. Assuming the ball is lighter and harder to keep your hands on, that kind of makes sense. What are the rules are going on here? What's up with the tackling situation and like them scrambling to get the ball like here?
Two now.
So she missed the catch and the ball is just bouncing. Oh, look at that ball. Look how it bounces. Oh yeah, that ball is super. Look at this bounce. Let's just look how it bounces.
Oh,
So boing, boing, boing. Yeah, that ball is super. It almost makes me think of like those red balls that you would play with in dodgeball when you're like kids, and maybe they still use in like professional dodgeball.
close.
Just super bouncy. All right, so there's no rucking in this. You just kind of grab the ball and pick it up,
Shuffled through legs.
or attempt to, because that's really hard apparently.
Hurry.
All right,
Numbers around it. Flicked out the back.
yeah, this ball.
Was that a handball?
Now, what's a handball in this situation? Is it because she
Numbers around it.
picks it up, she goes to tackle her.
Flicked out the back.
She didn't really hit the ball, she just kind of hit her arm.
Was that a handball? Umpire didn't think it was, so Ponta will have a shot at goal.
So it's not a handball. Whatever a handball
For the
is.
Crows. Going down by a point to the
Uh,
Dogs.
I guess she can run up as close as she wants to within a certain range to kick the ball. This kind of just looks like just looking at the dynamic of this sport.
Crows. Going down by
This just kind of reminds, it's like soccer.
before they blinked. Last week, the Adelaide Crows, they started a little bit.
It's like if you mushed soccer and rugby together,
On the board.
but it's like not as, it's still physical. They're still tackling each other and still like pushing and shoving, but it's not, how can I describe this? There's no semblance of like, if you look, because if you think about it from the perspective of like American football and you watch rugby, you can see the similarities between American football and rugby. Like, you know, the scrum is very similar to the line of scrimmage, or yeah, the line of scrimmage or the line of scrummage. Some of the positions are the same or very similar. There's a lot of very obvious comparisons because American football is based on rugby. Rugby came first. So this almost looks like if you just took soccer, like just like soccer football, and decided you can pick this up, but only in certain areas. You know, you can pick up the ball with your hands.
Behind.
Yeah, at the same time has earned her place, but just this role player that's similar.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think that was a rule in like the original form of soccer that you could not run with the ball. You could hold it, you could catch it, but you had to kick it. You could not actually run with it. So it almost resembles that when they're in this zone. Now, what I don't understand is these girls are like, you don't really think about it, but these girls are really like crashing into each other. Look at this.
Similar to some of these other players.
Boom.
In that mid-tier range that
Jeez.
a great team.
And I'm not like judging them by their physiques, but like if you look at these girls, they have like
Mates and great people
they're muscular, but they're not like bulky. You know, like some of the rugby girls tend to get.
Inside your four walls.
Not all of them, obviously, but some of them tend to get. Because I guess this sport, there's not so much of demand and to like physical strength as much as just agility and dexterity and stuff like that.
Handball over the top from Charlton.
Yeah, so she cannot run in this area. She has to kick it because she deliberately ran sideways to kick it over.
The run continues. Marinoff, another possession. Big grab by Whiteley.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is if you kick the ball into this zone, because each of these girls is here and they've got somebody covering them. So if you kick the ball into the zone and you catch it, you can just kick from wherever you caught it.
The run continues. Marinoff, another possession. Big grab by Whiteley.
Yeah, you can, if you catch the ball, you could just kick it from wherever you caught it. That's why these girls on the other team are trying to intercept it or just knock it or swat it down. I'm guessing if you don't catch it, like if you fumble it, then you can't get that free kick. You have to like kick it on the ground or something.
Forward, Crows with that extra behind the ball. Considine again. Back to the wall of Giants.
Whoa.
And they'll get through the traffic.
Okay.
Takes off. Doesn't waste a chance.
So she kicks that.
Long kick out the back.
She caught it. Okay, yeah. So,
Delightful play from the Crows.
oh no. So if you catch it in here, you can still just do whatever you want. I don't know if you can run with it.
Long kick out the back. Should work.
She had to stop.
Delightful play from the Crows.
I think you can take like a couple steps if you need to brace yourself, like prepare for the kick, but you can't just like run around and zigzag through here. And so I guess here in this circumstance,
Handball over the top.
that's like a penalty kick because she got knocked down.
Marinoff, another possession.
She got knocked down. I don't know. That looked a little floppy to me, but so that's just like a penalty kick. But otherwise, if you catch the ball in that zone,
Phillips, long kick out the back. Should
you
work.
stop and then you can kind of do whatever you need to do to get it through.
It does come off. Luckily.
Huh.
Nearly messed that up. Hatchard makes it work. The head though just needs to pick out. Well, she goes for the top of the square, and that's a great pluck again.
So, but here she stopped. They stopped play.
Just needs to pick out. Well, she goes for the top of the square, and that's a great pluck again.
So maybe if you catch the ball and you put your arm up and you're like, this is like similar to like a fair catch in American football or like what is it called? A mark in rugby. Like if you have a certain gesture, like putting your arm up or something like that, then that signifies I want a free kick. But that doesn't seem fair though. Like
For her career, normally a straight shooter.
for you to be able to just be like, oh yeah, I just want a free kick now because I got the ball. Like that seems
Leslie Woodland.
weird.
Free kick, turns, chips it wide, full of run now. The Crows. I can smell some score now in this
All right.
third term. Inside 50, great grab taken by Ponta. Shut down.
So she caught that. I'm guessing they got a point because it went from 24 to 26, but obviously a lot of time lapse. I don't really know why they.
Score now
I
in
mean,
this
it's
third
just the
term.
highlights, but
Inside 50, great grab taken by Ponta. Shut down by Considine, Jones, and quickly the Crows on the rebound.
all right.
Munyon. Phillips.
And then they just stop. Like I don't understand why they keep just stopping.
Potter kept it alive. Stack right with her. Stack won. the
So
battle,
they're trying to.
but put a teammate Lister under too much pressure. Meeting the sandwich tackle, and the Crows will have another shot at goal. 13 for the.
Wait. Why is that another shot at goal? Because they stopped them.
Right with her. Stack won the battle, but put a
So they stopped them. So I guess.
teammate Lister alive. Stack
Wait.
Stack won the battle, but put a teammate Lister under too much pressure. Meeting
So
the
they
sandwich.
couldn't clear it out of their zone before she got like stopped, like completely impeded. So I guess that means
Tackle
the other team gets the chance to kick.
13 for the season. 16 is the best ever in an AFLW season, and she's on track to break the record with her second.
Are they Australian? Like, obviously you're listening to the announcer, but this seems, is it AFL? It's just Australian Football League? Because I mean, these girls all kind of look. Obviously, you can't be like they look Australian, but like I don't know. Based on the commentator's accent, I'm assuming this is an Australian sport. But I don't think it's Gaelic football though. That's the only like Australian version of a sport that I know.
Allen gets back, and now the Crows with the extra player back, waiting to bring it out. Jones, straight down the spine.
Ooh, right. Okay.
Munyard got the knock on, got the Jets on. 50 from goal, top of the square. Phillips is down there.
So even if you miss the kick, if you miss the catch, you still can just like hit it and try to like get it through the goalpost. But you have to kick it through the goalpost. You can't like just throw it or anything like that.
Marinoff. Awesome. Couldn't get away with the possession. Still in that congestion. Almost every player on the field back there. They need a toe poke off the deck.
Oh, and yeah, that hit the goalpost. So
Got a foot on it and it hit the post. Both teams came into this coming off a loss last
man.
week. But the Adelaide Crows bounce back with a win.
Okay. That is quite a sport. I'm gonna assume this is just an Australian specific form of football. I'll put what this actually is obviously in the title. It's pretty interesting. I don't know the rules to this. But if there's more of this, I'll definitely check it out. It seems a little bit. What I need to understand is, what is the deal with catching the ball in like the goal zone and stopping play or getting free kicks? Obviously they can tackle each other, but it doesn't seem like tackling really results in like a turnover. Maybe it does, and that's why they keep like kind of tossing the ball. I mean, it's obviously getting knocked out their hands, but maybe that's why they're like kind of tossing the ball out. I don't know. That's a really unique sport, and I definitely want to check out more of it and understand what it is. But anyway, that's gonna be, I guess, technically not rugby. That's just gonna be the sports reaction. If you like this video, please consider liking it, commenting, and subscribing. Trying to be a little bit more consistent with my uploads. This is Who is Scoo, and I will see you next time.